Burnout and compassion fatigue is the theme of our presentation. So pre-pandemic, like pre-COVID, 60% of healthcare workers were feeling burnout and fatigue at work. So the funny thing is, I created this material prior to COVID because I was already experiencing the effects of burnout and compassion fatigue to a pretty large extent. Unfortunately, when you have a big heart and you care for people, you put your whole heart and soul into it. And if you don't have good boundaries or care about what you're doing, like Dale says, sometimes it starts sinking into you, right? So whether we've seen tragedy and that's what brought us into what we do, you pour in, and you pour in, and you pour in, and you pour in, and you pour in. And if you don't have that system or the supports in place to lift you up or give you a break or have the rest, as Mother Teresa advises, we eventually crumble. And we can't be Superman or superhero forever in that sense. So 86.5% of healthcare workers felt more stressed at work during the pandemic. No shock here. These stats are not going to be shocking to you guys. But a quarter of nurses intend to leave their job in the next 3 years. Vacancies doubled in the healthcare sector over 2 years. We are hemorrhaging our heroes. And it's very sad. So you've heard terms like vicarious trauma, secondary traumatic stress or secondary victimization, compassion fatigue, burnout, and COVID fatigue. So all these syndromes, again, you've heard of these before, and there's a ton of research on the definitions and descriptions of this. So I'm just going to go over it briefly because today's intention is to focus on healing. I feel like the lack of closure we get hurts us at night sometimes. Like, I want to know if they survived. I want to know if I did my job to the best extent that I could have done it. And this ambiguity can leave us feeling dissatisfied in our career, leading to a sense of hopelessness and helplessness. And funny enough, hopelessness and helplessness is our core definition of depression, right? So it's not very surprising. And this happens even through tireless hours of dedication and passion devoted to our patients and the work we do. So it's not to say we're not working hard and we're not putting in the effort in our hearts and our souls. It's we're not seeing necessarily positive outcomes, and that hurts us over time. According to Dr. Wibble, MD, we lose over 400 physicians to suicide a year, which is a whole entire medical school gone annually. Like, if that doesn't shock you, I'm not sure what will, and I'm not sure who's not reading these statistics. Suicides are often reclassified and swept under the rug when this happens. So suicidal hanging becomes asphyxia when it's classified. A suicidal overdose simply becomes an accidental overdose. Self-inflicted gunshot wounds, simply an accidental gunshot wound, and suicidal motor vehicle accidents is just an MVA. So the statistics we're actually seeing, I believe, are probably not very accurate, and we're seeing a lot more of this than we actually know. We're starting to see more and more people coming forward with stories and discussions, and unfortunately, people that have lost their lives in this profession, and the harsh realities and side effects of caregiving. We cannot afford to let any more caregivers suffer silently while pouring out every last bit of your heart and soul to the patients and the work that we're committed to. So are you with me so far? Are you ready to make a change? And this is not to say that we shouldn't care for our patients, right? It's caregiving, we're giving. I'm not saying, okay, the solution is we got to stop caring. We know that's not the answer to the solution, although sometimes it feels like our only thing that we can do. If we didn't care for our patients, we'd be low-functioning, apathetic robots, right? Like, that's not the goal. But the question is, how do we walk alongside our patient's journey with a compassionate and open heart without also burning to a crisp?